So this question, well, this really isn't a question, but I'm kind of taking something I read and turning it into a question. And this involves getting signals from a 5-minute chart. We're looking to see when the HMA, actually the HMA 14 reverses direction on the 5-minute chart. So, all right, there we go. So we can see that HMA there. And let's change the Z coordinate. There we go. And so what's wanted is to see the reversal points on the HMA 14 from the 5-minute chart on a Renko chart. So I'm going to use our backtest Renko for this. So, let's see, just look at my settings. Yeah, those look good enough to use. So, all right, now I got my chart set up. Let me open up BloodHound. And of course, the first thing I want to do is name my BloodHound system here. So let's just change the date. There we go. All right. So BloodHound's running on this Renko chart, and we want to get reversal signals from the 5-minute chart. So first thing I'll need to do is add a chart. So there we go. So we'll add a 5-minute chart to BloodHound, like so. And then next I can put solvers on this 5-minute chart. So what I'm going to want to do is grab a inflection solver like that, add it. You can see it added itself below the 5-minute chart. So if you if you're adding a solver and it goes on to the wrong time frame there, you can use these up or down buttons to change the time frame that the solver is operating on. So let me move it back down to the 5-minute chart. There we go. And next I'll name it here. So this is the HMA 14 inflection. And let's go change my indicator here. So let's go down to the H's. There we go. There's the HMA and 14 period. So HMA only has one plot, so we don't have to do anything there. All right, so I'm done. And let's see here. So the next step, you notice on our Renko chart where BloodHound's running here, says we need to press F5 to, excuse me, press F5, all right, to update BloodHound here. So whenever you add a time frame or whenever you add a chart data to BloodHound, the only way we can get NinjaTrader to recreate that chart data is by refreshing the chart. So that's why we have to refresh the chart there. All right, and there we go. So there are a bunch of reversal signals coming from the 5-minute chart. So, and if you want to kind of, visually inspect those, we can go to global crosshairs, and there we go. So there on this bar, actually let's stretch the 5-minute chart out a little bit there. All right, so here we go so my cursor's on the 5-minute chart, and actually let me just grab an arrow. There we go. So we can see on the Renko chart on the right, we can see we're getting red signals for shorts as the HMA on the 5-minute chart rolls down. And let's see, over here we can see the HMA reverses up and it generates a long signal on the Renko chart. And let's see over here. There we go. So on the 5-minute chart, our HMA rolls over, and on the Renko chart, we get a short signal from the HMA reversing down. Pretty simple there. So originally this question was being used for Blackbird, but I just figured I might as well use this to start the workshop off with. All right, so there we go. There's our solver for doing that. Here, I'll just cover a couple of things about the couple of features about the interface here that are seldom looked at. You'll notice that there's these green triangles here, and these all open certain components of the interface. So the green triangle on top here, right next to the BloodHound file name, right, it opens up a description. So you can write yourself a little description of this particular, BloodHound system here. And you'll notice that there's one down below next to the logic template name. And so that will open up a description area for each individual logic template. So if I click new, there we go. So I can put a description that pertains just to this logic template. So like I'll just put in there new logic 0, and if I create a new logic, you'll see the description disappears. And I'll put new logic 1, and I'll create a third logic template here. Just put something in there, and now if I go back to the original, right, there's my description for that original. So we can see that each logic template here has its own description area. And let me just go ahead and delete these. And also, when we open up this description area, you'll see there's some extra settings in here as well. So most people are not using the override confidence thresholds, but you can if you wish to do that. There. So these override confidence thresholds, those are also these. So these settings here match the exact same settings in the indicator parameters. So if we open up the indicator window and we look right here under signals, right, you'll see the same settings here. We have a long threshold, short threshold, compare long, short. Right, we have those 3 settings there. And those settings are the exact same settings that we see here on the logic tab. Yeah, I guess we're just going to wrap this one up. So call it a day. Have a great weekend, guys. And, just a reminder, you're always welcome to email your questions in for these workshops ahead of time. Just let us know you'd like to see your question in the workshop. All right, and we can do that for you. So, yeah. And it looks like with things getting kind of slow, I'm going to try and kind of come up with some more topics there. So for a while, I've had so many questions, so many live questions that I really kind of stopped coming up with topics. But it sounds like I need to start coming up with some topics now again. So I will try and do that, so we have things to discuss in these workshops and things to learn. All right. So All right. Well, with that, guys, hey, have a good weekend, and I hope to see you guys next week. All right. Bye-bye, guys.